Hi beautiful souls, welcome back to the channel, Beautiful Waking with Shantia. Welcome to another pick a card reading with me. So in today's pick a card reading, we're going to be looking into your month of October, and I went ahead and meditated off of the screen to pick up the energies. Got lots of notes to share here with you guys, so I'm excited. Looking forward to it, and looking forward to seeing however this month wants to unfold. On my other channel, I uploaded part 1 through 4 for the Sun series. So this is essentially the completion of the Sun part of the Graha series, and I'm moving forward to Moon. And I will probably be dropping a video about Jupiter in Purnavastu, which it will be there for another 9 months. So this is a very long transit, and I thought this is something I definitely have to dive into. And I'm interested to know more about that energy, especially because Jupiter is considered exalted in Cancer, and I'd like to also pick up on those energies too. All right, let's just go ahead and get into introducing the groups. All right, happy October. For this reading, we are getting a bit of a emerald theme, and consistently the message that I was getting for all of the readings was something to do with union, alignment, and finding balance within ourselves. So group number 1, you have the woman who is reading here, and she looks like she's very relaxed. Group number 2, you have the couple sitting by the fireplace. Group number 3, you have the woman who is in this green emerald dress, and there's a cake before her and a fairy in the corner and a caterpillar. We'll talk about all that. All right, let's just go ahead and start your meditation. Here is your singing bowl. All right, group number 1, if you chose the woman who is reading in a very relaxed state, we're going to go ahead and start with you. Hi, group number 1, welcome to your reading. So you chose the woman who is reading in a very relaxed state. All right, so I'm going to just go ahead and share my notes, and then I'll connect that with the Oracle card design that I picked here, and then I will also go ahead and share the message I received from scrying with the calcite for your group. Okay, so if you zoom in really close to the Oracle card design at the left corner here, or sorry, the right corner, the first thing I saw in my meditation was a big claw. A big claw. So I've seen the claw many times in my readings, and this is about mastering your energy. So it's about self-control, mastery, and precision. So this is going to be a month where you're finding more alignment with something that you're working on with yourself. This is both intuitive, spiritual, and literal. So you can be finding alignment with your energy, and this is also helping you to align with creative opportunities that you're tuning into in your life. This is something where habitually you've been working on this for some time, and it's just flowing into other parts of your life too. The other thing I was seeing was a triangle. So if you look in the Oracle card design, this woman is sitting in a chair. So the triangle represents stability, because I was seeing specifically the corner of the triangle here. So this is supposed to be kind of like a chair where you sit, you know, how I'm sitting in the chair is giving me support. So it looks like you're learning how to find some sort of stability within yourself. This is a month for you to really tune into that. This feels like someone who, it feels like someone who's a really good pillar in other people's life or in their own life. So this is a month to be a pillar, and this is a energy that you've already embodied before, you're very familiar with, because we're stepping into a level of mastery here. So we're learning how to comfortably sit with ourselves. Like this woman is sitting very comfortably in the chair, and the chair reference also made me think of the Count of Monte Cristo. So somewhere maybe like 3/4 into the movie, Edmund meets his teacher. Not I have several names in my head. I'm Villefort, Danglars. That's not them. But he meets his teacher, it was the guy who played Dumbledore in the first 2 Harry Potter films. And the man has a chair in his prison cell, and he goes and he sits on that chair. And so before, his life was chaotic and feeling quite rocky, and then he found stability. So you're going to see the universe supporting you, but this is just a mirror of the support that you've been creating within yourself. You know, we are essentially creating a hologram of our reality, and something that you're learning how to master is a sense of safety, security, and stability within yourself. And so this is what you're going to attract. You're going to find that people, situations are going to align in your life to support you and to support whatever it is that you're needing during this time. So we always create stability from within because everything is an illusion. We don't look to our external situation. Getting a job is not going to help you to solve this idea of stability. Making more money, it all comes from your inner reality and learning how to master that. So this is a really good reminder of that. And also, that's kind of like Virgo energy coming through for this October season, where Sun is transiting through Virgo. There's also going to be, this is also a reminder of understanding your personal value. You know, you understanding that this is like second house energy where you're understanding your personal value. Sometimes we ask ourselves, well, why should I be supported? We're programmed to think that unless we're brilliant or we're doing something amazing in life, we do not deserve support. And at this point, you've come to some understanding that you are meant to be supported not because of entitlement, but because you trust in the support of the universe. So this is inner work that you've been doing with yourself. You've been understanding your infinite personal value, and you've been learning how to create a solid foundation. So in the Count of Monte Cristo, Edmund sits in the chair and he meets his teacher here. And that was supposed to be a representation of the truth. So his teacher reveals the truth, you know, is his mentor and gives him access to these ideas and insights about life. So what truly creates that solid foundation in life is truth. When our foundation is built off of lies, it keeps crumbling. But when the foundation is built on truth, it stands solid. So just imagine you've been building a chair and you finally managed to get 4 legs on that chair instead of 3. So now it's nice and stable. So this is going to be a really nice, stable month for you. So the last thing I was seeing and why I chose the woman in that yellow dress here is from the calcite meditation, I was picking up an energy of a feminine figure, very calm, and she was raising her hand in pledge of honor of herself and following her heart. So this is a really good month for you to continuously acknowledge that you are allowed to experience peace from within. This is something you've co-created within yourself, and the universe wants you to stay continuously loyal to your heart and honoring yourself. A lot of the times, the reason why we get in certain situations with relationships, situations that we feel like where people undervalue us, It's because we don't understand our own value. So we put ourselves in a position to be devalued because we devalued ourselves. Now, as we're building our value back up from a strong, solid foundation, well, now you're going to see it mirrored back to you. So this is a month to honor valuing yourself and understanding that you're here on a journey to come back home to yourself and to your heart. There was also an energy of initiation because she was raising her hand like she was volunteering for tribute. So this is going to be a month where you make progress in your initiation, which means you're moving into higher states of consciousness, which means you're leveling up and you're getting more insight, more information for you to embody. So just a really good month for you to continuously, I'm getting like apply what you've been learning. So this is a really nice month for receptivity and aligning with that inner energy within yourself. So you are prepared, you are aligned, and so long as you continue to set those higher intentions for yourself, that will work in your favor. You may be also getting access to those higher teachers. If you've heard about the halls of a mentee, you may be getting access to those higher ascended teachers. You can meditate on it if you want to. I don't really. I just receive the insight. I just receive the knowledge because in this lifetime we have to be present. So I don't like to get lost too much in the woo, because to me, as long as I can apply that insight and that knowledge to my current life experience, then I'm good. I don't need to know all the details. So that's up to you on what you're wanting to do. So you guys have the yellow calcite, and the yellow calcite can be a connection to abundance, but I was getting a really nice calming energy and a rush of positive energy flow. That is what I'm picking up for you. Okay, let's go ahead and pull some cards. I just realized I didn't pick a tarot deck, so I'm going to go grab one real quick. Temperance. Nice. We have 5 of Wands. We have the Lovers. Okay, nice. This is kind of the energy I was picking up for a lot of the collective messages. So we had like a balance, a union, an inner union happening. So we have the Lovers and the Temperance. So this is about finding balance within yourself and using that source of balance from within to overcome this inner conflict or obstacles. So let's go ahead and get nosy and see what they can tell us about some kind of inner obstacles that might be showing up, so I can just get a little bit more information for you guys here. But balance, peace, patience, moderation, that's going to be important for this month. Let's just go ahead and see. Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. We have a knot, unsuccessful plans. We have skull, hidden secrets can harm you, and shield. Okay, sorry. I gotta stop reading the messages on these cards because they mean something different. The symbology means something different than the actual messages. The messages from these cards, the reason why I'm a bit on the fence about them is because the message on the cards can be quite aggressive and they're not at all how divine talks to us. So let me just focus on the symbology. So the shield is symbolic for divine protection. This is something that you co-create with Source through your devotion to yourself and to divine. So by committing to your own well-being, you're devoting yourself to divine, right? And this is what helps to strengthen your spiritual shield, essentially letting go of those negative mindsets and belief systems, because those negative mindsets are essentially creating your hologram. So we got a bit of a scorpionic energy. See, we got Sagittarius, Gemini, Leo. We have a scorpionic energy. So this is about diving into the depths and we have the knot. So this is about conflict. Okay. So there is a challenge coming around. Okay, I got it. That's why they wanted you to, that's why the woman was raising her hand, because it was a reminder. They want you to understand what you signed up for. So I get these messages a lot in the readings that sometimes people feel very resistant to what's going on in their life because they don't remember what they signed up for. And people sometimes, we feel like we didn't sign up for the conflict. We didn't sign up for the opposite of peace, which was like chaos. But there's free will. So yes, we did. We did sign up for it. So if you're getting this message, this means that you already know that what you signed up for. They just want you to acknowledge what it is you're working on. So there may be some challenges that show up. It could be like a reverberation of the same situation, an obstacle. That's usually how things come to us in life, is in patterns. There could be a pattern repeating itself that you're having to, continuously push through, and this is something you're already prepared to handle. And because we have the woman who is reading, it looks like she has the insight and the knowledge. So this is a good time to just remember what notes you took in class and how to apply them. Right? So how do we continuously tune into our spiritual shield? How do we trust that this exists? So there's going to be like a challenge, maybe something that shows up where you think it's going to touch you and then it's not. So it's just a test of fear that might be showing up here with the 5 of Wands and conflict. It might be frustrating, some kind of anger, frustration that shows up here, but you can find attunement and union within yourself. And this will help to stabilize you mentally with that Gemini energy. Yeah, so that skull is like the 8th house. That's like hidden occult knowledge and insight. That's like initiation energy. So that means that hidden secrets are becoming known to you through your initiation. So essentially, the more that you are able to find stability within yourself, the more that you can receive that insight and knowledge that Source has for you and wants to offer to you. So there's going to be some things that are revealed to you, some secrets about, oh, this is how this works, coming to you. Okay, we have Capricorn energy. Nice. There's stability coming through here. Strong. We have your ambition, realism, and methodical steps. Nice. So this Capricorn energy is about a lot of energy put into something over a long period of time. So it's like energy consistently put into something over a long period of time builds this like really strong, solid foundation. So this is going to be a month where you're reminded of what you're building towards here. So this is something you already have experience with the Capricorn energy showing up. This isn't something new. It's like, oh, okay, I've kind of gone through this before. Yeah, and I don't know. We have a connection to abundance, and we have a connection to, Saturn grants you abundance. Capricorn is a very abundant sign when it does the work. And then we have the hourglass here, which is symbolic for time. So Saturn rules time. Saturn creates restrictions, and it puts restrictions on the illusion that makes you think that time exists. It makes you think that time is linear when it's not. Time is, all moments in time exist at the same time. So I think you're going to be getting a lesson around time. Let's see what else wants to come through. So we have here ritual, sound healing, throat chakra. And we have here rituals, self-devotion, third eye chakra. Nice. So we got 2 ritual cards coming out, 2024. Throat chakra and third eye chakra. Okay, so you're intuitive, right? That's the scorpionic energy coming through. You're intuitive. You already have the third eye, which is like the inner vision for understanding how things are going to work or how things are going to unfold. So whatever's unfolding this month is already something you have a sense for what's going to happen, and you already have a sense for how to handle it. So it's not going to be like a shocker. It's not going to be shocking at all. the more that you relax into the energy, the more that you're prepared to be in the moment. So I think being present is going to be very important for whatever this is that's showing up. So I just talked about that commitment to yourself here earlier, self-devotion. Remember that you pledge to honor yourself in the truest way. So this is self-devotion. Devotion to the self is devotion to divine. And then we have your ritual sound healing throat chakra. So it looks like you're learning how to heal your throat chakra. This is nice. This energy feels light. It feels like you've already done some deep inner work. This could be happening through music. So this could be a month where there's some messages that you've already gotten through music, through an inner voice that's talking to you, helping you through your journaling. And this feels very lighthearted and very pleasant. And I feel like you're going to see some evidence of how much healing you've been doing and how it's working in your benefit. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah. So throat chakra is going to be very important. If you ever feel like you're feeling tense or stressed out about anything, just, go ahead and sing some songs, comfort yourself. My nephew, when he's sad, he sings, and it's like so sweet and endearing, but it also goes to show how those younger generations are more tuned in for a reason. They have to be in this world at this point in time. So he just starts singing when he needs to process whatever he's feeling, and it helps him to feel better. And sometimes he sings about what he's sad about, and then, he feels better. I sing about things I'm sad about, and then I usually look for an answer, and I find an answer by the end of it, and I'm feeling a lot more content, more at peace. All right, we'll pull one more card for you guys. Oh, that was weird how that flipped. We have your Yostre, New Beginnings. Nice. So, we have a new moon coming up. Well, no, was that coming up September? Okay, whatever. We have a new moon every month. But there's a nice energy of reset happening here. October is not Libra. It's Virgo Libra season. Okay, it is. I was going to say Scorpio, but that's technically November. So Yostre, New Beginnings, it's showing up for you here. So we got 2, 4, we got 20. Nice. So stability, balance, and then 1 and 3 adds up to 4, stability, 1, self, 3, mind, body, and spirit, and new beginnings. Nice. So there's a nice refresh energy that's coming this month, because I'm really being drawn to this. It's giving me a very light energy, and then I'm being drawn to this crescent moon here on her forehead. And she looks really content, like very radiant, very much the energy. Whoops, sorry, I was picking up for this crystal here. She looks very pleasant and content, and just, yeah. So I think this is the weird irony is, like, we have Capricorn, which is like this energy of maturity, and then we have new beginnings. And I feel like this is a really nice spectrum, but this is the spectrum that exists inside of you. It's this energy of youth and joy, where it feels very lighthearted. And then there's also that sense of maturity and old wise soul that's in you, that you're tuning into, and you're finding a balance between both of those energies this month. Okay, let me go ahead and pull a clarifier for this new beginning for you and see what else we have here. Nice. Yes, so this has been the consistent card for a lot of readings. We have your moving on. That flame is burning strong. It was burning so light last time. Interesting. So we have here moving forward. So this is about continuously making progress into this new cycle we're shifting towards and into, and really embracing more of that new beginning. And this is nice. It feels like you're getting a really nice refresh, reset. So if anything, in the month of October, you're going to feel like you're making progress, moving forward, moving on, and really embarking on this journey of truth within you. You're embarking on this path that really aligns with you. That's what this feels like to me. Okay, let's go ahead and close out your reading. You got Moon, Virgo, in, sorry, not Virgo. I just say, okay, 6th house, Taurus. Okay, very earthy, very grounded, nice, stable. You know, who has a moon and, not moon. Oh, he doesn't have a moon. It's almost connected, though. Who was it? Is it Obama? Okay, never mind. I was going to say Prince William, but I don't think so. He's a Gemini sun, and his Mercury's in Taurus. Okay, in the 6th house. Okay, that's kind of the same energy. Yeah, maybe we can use him as a point of reference here. Nice. So the moon is considered exalted. You know, I was just mentioning that we're having a new moon in Virgo. I don't know when it's happening because I'm shooting this early, but I believe that's happening in September. But this here is that reminder of finding stability within ourselves and recommitting. So this is about building a foundation. Yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about. Building a foundation and remaining stable within yourself, especially when it comes to that moon emotions, your intuition here. This is helping you a lot. The mind, finding balance and peace in your mind state through creating a solid foundation in the real truth that exists. Nice. This may also be a productive month for you. So if there's anything that you need to get done, this is going to be the month to get it done, get focused, get things aligned, make a list, get organized, and then go ahead and tackle it, because it looks like you're going to have really nice productive energy, nice and balanced, nice and focused, and stable and paced. Nice and well paced. We're not rushing through this month. And we're kind of with that moon, we're flowing. We're flowing with this sense of like, okay, let me just pace myself. So that's going to be the final words of advice for you. Group number 1 is just pace yourself. And this month is going to move through beautifully. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like, subscribe to support, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, group number 2, welcome to your reading. So it looks like you guys chose the couple who are sitting by the fireplace here. And you also have, this is a dyed quartz. You know, I always wondered what this was, and I Googled it because I was like, I always get a lot of strong energy from this crystal, and I always wondered why. And I'm like, oh, it's a quartz, which is essentially like a purification. This one's very energetic, you know, with the cracks, but they have a little bit of this sort of teal dye going through the cracks. So we're going to go ahead and share the messages I got in your meditation and from scrying with the crystal. I'll share with you guys what I got from there. Okay. All right, so the first thing I saw for your group was I saw a little flicker, something moving, and it was a flame. And it's interesting because we have a very strong flame going on with our candle here today. And last time I shot the reading, the flame is much lower. It's very strong today. So a lot of fiery support energy coming up in this reading. Yeah, it's pretty hot too. So I was seeing the flame. I like to call it the eternal flame. And there's a strong reference to movement. So I kept getting this like flickering energy. And I wondered, you know, what they were trying to convey to me. So movement, energy. The flame can be symbolic for a divine presence. So divine presence that never is always there. And I was thinking about it because in my vision, I saw this beautiful flame, and then it was in a void. And, you know, supposedly this eternal flame can represent the eternal source, which makes sense. But I was like, isn't the flame the consciousness? And then, well, depends on how you want to see it. But to me, I saw that the flame was the eternal consciousness, and the void around it was the pure awareness. So there's a difference and a distinction between pure awareness and consciousness. So pure awareness is not consciousness. Consciousness is an energetic interpretation of the pure awareness. I don't know how to describe it, but consciousness is what we have as humans. And so I guess when people are really getting into those incredible high states of awareness, they're tuning more into the pure awareness. And I feel like that's a lot of what Eckhart Tolle taps into when he's giving his insight and his advice, is he's like almost pulling back into that pure awareness. So I think this month is going to be quite spiritually experiential and maybe experimental for you, because I think you're being asked to really tune into that deeper sense of awareness within yourself. So a lot of the conscious work we do sometimes involves trauma. This feels like a month where we're kind of detaching from that trauma identification and tuning more into like the pure state of life and existence without judgment. So I think that's also part of the advice, is to move through with more presence and non-judgment. The flickering energy was a reminder that we are energy. So I think you're going to be having some moments where you're just becoming aware that your energy experiencing itself, or consciousness experiencing itself in movement, flowing all the time. And I'm seeing someone watching people walk around them, and everyone's moving, and then everything slows down, and they're just like watching them, and they're like, wow, so I'm kind of getting those vibes for this month for you, group number 2. We'll see what happens, right? Continuity. So this is a month I feel like where you're feeling that divine union, that connection to that source, because usually the discontentment that we feel in life is because we feel a separation from that source, but this month you're going to be feeling more of a connection to it. And in the Christos scrying, when I was scrying with this crackled quartz, dyed quartz here, I saw a couple, and I actually saw that for another group too, and I was like wondering what I was seeing, but it was this energy of union, and union, yog, speaks to an inner union here. And so we have a couple here sitting down, and they're just enjoying a fireplace. So this is the masculine and feminine parts of you. This is your Shiva and Shakti coming together. This is your mind and your heart, as well as your body and your spirit. So this is a month of unification, thoughts, emotions, actions, all of that aligning, you getting on the same page with the commitments you've made in life. So usually that discontentment we're experiencing in life is just due to a separation of those things that I just listed. Like it feels separate, like your mind's in one place but your heart's in another. And this psychosis happens when we follow along with the programming of the matrix that tells us we should do something. We need to do something because of what other people are going to think, and because that's the rules, even though our heart is telling us otherwise. So this is a month too where you have an opportunity to really connect back with your heart and follow through with that commitment. Yeah, so one direction, everything's aligning, moving in one direction. So purpose aligning, and ease, a natural flow, synchronicity, and a harmonizing of energy is going to show up for you this month. Yeah, and then I wrote here, individual self with the supreme self, the Atman. So the Jiva, the individual with the supreme self, Atman or Brahman, an energetic union. And the flame is also connected to your willpower. So usually we give in, and instead of using our willpower in alignment with our truth, we suppress it. So this month, I think you're really letting that flame, it felt like such a pure and small flame, but that flame was determining everything. When we let that flame burn bright, it can direct us with more conviction. So we have a sense of conviction for what we feel called to do and where we feel called to be in life, as opposed to resisting our own natural state. All right, let's go ahead and pull cards. See what wants to come through for you. Yeah, anything to say about the Oracle card design? I mean, it's a couple sitting at the fireplace. It looks so nice. I mean, they're supposed to be a representation of Shiva and Shakti, but they feel like they're enjoying each other. So this is like this idea of feeling comfortable in your own body, feeling comfortable at home, feeling comfortable in wherever your current life state is. And everything that we're programmed to receive in life is to make us think we need all of these external things to feel content. And this is a really good month where I feel like you're feeling a lot more content with wherever you're at in life and whatever it is that you have. Because it's becoming very obvious to you that there are certain things that you wanted that you don't need. So you can let those go. Okay, let's go ahead and... So that's what the fire and the fireplace is supposed to represent. Yeah, the heart, the hearth. Ooh. All right, we have Two of Swords here. Oh, we have the Devil card. Okay, gotcha. It's because of the Matrix. Yeah, that's good. Oh, we got really good cards. 5-15, nice. Yeah, someone was talking about, there was some sort of video that popped up on my feed about like evil, and they had like a pentacle. Like they said symbols of, and I wanted to know what they were going to say about it, but I kind of already knew. Like I didn't watch the whole video, but I kind of already knew about it because I've already done my own research. All right, so what was it for? V for Vendetta, the Pentacle. Yeah, I did some sort of research for my Pluto and Capricorn video, and Capricorn energy is that of the Devil card here. We have your Saturn and Capricorn. And that's about rules, regulations, responsibilities. So in the Matrix, Capricorn is representation of the system and being a slave to the system, which is what we're programmed to be, but we can free ourselves anytime. We can unlock the cage, we can rise into higher states of consciousness and transcend the Matrix if we ever so desire to. The beautiful learnings of what Capricorn offers is it offers you an opportunity to put in the real work. So instead of committing yourself to a system that's not giving back to you, realign so you're giving to a system that does give back to you. And the only system that gives back to us is divine system. Divine system is designed to help us regenerate. And this means giving back our life force energy back to ourselves instead of externalizing it. So that's a huge, point of crisis here that's showing up in the collective Pluto and Capricorn. So this energy is definitely coming here, showing up this month for you, where you're seeing that, you're seeing it's really obvious what roads you want to go down or what road you want to keep walking down. And yeah, I'm not getting an energy of a lot of temptation. You know what? There might be some temptation. There's always temptation. I'm not going to say there's not temptation showing up this month. There's always temptation. Believe me, I get it all the time. The thing is, I've gotten used to it coming my way. And I'm not going to say I'm so strong in my conviction. I'm for the most part balanced and solid and committed to it. And I've always been a bit stubborn in the sense that I was always going to do what I felt was right for me. And I've always been like that my entire life. So nothing could change me from this way of being and existing. But there is temptation. There is temptation that arrives where it's like, ooh, hey, we have an offer for you. Are you interested? So there might be a point of conflict this month where you have to recommit to your values. And you might be asked or offered something and you're like, that's the opposite of the direction I'm trying to go in my life. And so Source is just saying, you know what to do. You got to commit to the long term of the true system and not the divine system, not the matrix system. So you'll see that showing up this month with this moon Libra. Yeah. And we've here the Hierophant with Venus Taurus energy. Yeah, that's really interesting that they would choose Venus to align with the Hierophant, but I often find that when it comes to divinity, some of the most powerful energy connection is Venus in Pisces. When I study charts, I noticed that Venus in Pisces or 12th house placements often helped people to realign with their core truth and to really be committed to divinity is when that influence was showing up. But we got Taurus as well, which is about making that continuous commitment here. Yeah, and there might also be something about, because Capricorn energy is very traditional. There might be something about breaking free of traditions, old traditions that don't serve us, and then embracing healthy traditions. And healthy traditions to me is like the divine truth that's always existed, and that is eternal. So, people always say, oh, why are we only getting this information now? The information has always existed. Source always gave us the keys to the prison cell. We always had an opportunity to get out whenever we wanted to. So it's not like I don't really subscribe to this idea that everyone's just waking up all of a sudden. I think the matrix is getting it's getting an upgrade, and it's upgrading to become very intelligent. It's learning us. It's learning how we're waking up, and it's understanding that people aren't interested in working their jobs anymore, and that's how the matrix has used us, is through money and through jobs, but that's evolving to look different. So let's just say more people start doing what they want to do, leaving their jobs and whatnot. Well, now the true divine pathway is to transcend. And so the matrix is designed to keep you here, and it's designed to create bondage, right, with the Devil card. So with the matrix here to create bondage and keep you here, what they do is they make it very tempting to stay. So they're just going to put some other kind of distraction in your way to make you stay. And so that's kind of what I'm getting a bit of an echo here with, as far as the energy showing up. I think that's what's going to be showing up for you this month, is like someone's going to be like, well, why don't you stay? Why don't you just stick with this? Because you'll be safe and you'll get benefits. It's like, those benefits. And Source is like, no. You get eternal life if you come with us, if you follow this path. And then the matrix is going to be like, oh, actually, we have a really tempting offer for you. A huge package deal. You're going to get this and this and this. I was watching Below the Deck, and they get tips. And by the end of it, they each, what do you call it? After their customers leave, they usually get a nice $1,000 tip each person. And these people are like, wow, we made so much money. This is amazing. But all I could think was everything they did to make that paycheck. They had to embarrass themselves, basically do anything for them. They essentially work like 24/7 on that boat for the yacht people, customers. They essentially work 24/7 to give them whatever it is that they want. So I'm like, it's not tempting, when you really look at the full picture. So this is just a reminder for you to double down on your true values and what really matters to you. Okay, let's pull some more cards here for you. Okay, look at that. We got Pluto transformation. Okay, so this is a month of transformation for you. We have here spiritual love. And cat, a two-faced friend. Yeah, so the cat is also a representation of like, don't stress out about anything, take it easy on yourself. The spiritual love It's just a reminder what love is. I've actually redefined love, and I'll go ahead and share it with you guys. Love is not something someone can give to you, or it's not something you can receive or give. It's just what you are. So the thing is, everything that we're doing in life, we're programmed to seek love. And there's no love to seek because you never lost it. It was never gone. It just has to be rediscovered and revealed and unveiled, and all the layers peel away so you can feel and see and experience the very thing that you are. So this isn't something that exists outside of yourself. You don't have to go get love. You can't receive love. Like, a hug isn't love. You know, depending on how you feel, a hug can feel different, right? Someone can hug you and it can feel good, or someone can hug you and it could feel restrictive or whatever, depending on you. So yeah, love is not an action. That's Matrix lingo. People say, well, love is an action. Actions are actions. There's acts of, you could call it an act of love, I guess, but that's not really a thing. I think there's acts of kindness, acts of madness, but love is what you are. We got here, cleanse and protect solar plexus. We have here Benzai 10 Beauty. Okay, nice. So let's look at these energies we have coming through. Yeah, it's just going to be a beautiful month of devotion, spiritual love for you, learning how to discern the difference between deception, what's deceptive, what's helping you, what's not helping you, and don't let fear hijack your mind and be like, oh my God, I have to panic and like fix it or something. You don't have to panic. It's just about discernment, moving through things calmly, handling it with grace, and you'll move through it. But the cat is also that message of take it easy and don't, with this Two of Swords, put any excessive mental pressure on yourself during this time about anything. So this is a month where you're being asked to cleanse and protect your solar plexus, your confidence. So, with these energies coming through, there is some sort of test showing up. At first I was like, oh no, maybe it'll be okay. There's something showing up here because this is pressure. I'm feeling pressure, and the pressure is coming towards, we have here your solar plexus, which is your sense of self and your confidence here that you're needing to connect with. And we got here Benzai 10, which is beauty. Yeah, and that also takes me to Taurus energy and Venus. So beauty, this is about self-care and well-being. So something's going to tempt you. I want to get one more card maybe. Yeah, something's going to maybe agitate you mentally here when it comes to some sort of pressure. Yeah, there's some sort of pressure coming this month, and you're going to be asked to realign with your values, your truth, and your well-being, making sure to prioritize your mental health, your well-being, and to not give in to any societal pressure. That is definitely what I'm picking up. Okay. Anything else you want to clear? Oop, okay. We got here Ace of Wands, new beginnings. Nice. Inspiration, also following your inspiration. Okay. Clarify this message for me. Saturn, Pisces, 8th house. Okay. Okay, you're going through a transformation. Saturn, Pisces, discipline with your emotions. Okay, there's definitely some pressure here. This feels like a butterfly in the cocoon. Or not a butterfly, a caterpillar in the cocoon. It feels like a caterpillar in the cocoon that's developing and going through certain situation dynamics. Can you clarify this for me, please? 3 of Pentacles. Mars, Capricorn. Effort, willpower. Yeah, so this comes down to intentions. Did I say that for this group? I wrote so much notes. No, but I think it comes down to intentions for you. So this is about realigning with your intentions and long-term goals with that Saturn. So Saturn's always about long-term goals, long-term commitment. Pisces is transcendence. Okay. So basically they're asking you to commit to the transcendence. That's going to be very important this month. There might be a hump. There's going to be some sort of hump you're going to have to get over, but when you get over it, it's going to be like it's going to feel like you're skyrocketing up into the sky. Like a huge accomplishment, and you're going to feel that gratification afterwards, like a strong sense of empowerment after you overcome whatever this dynamic is here. It's specifically, it has something to do with money, finances, work, the physical illusion, the matrix. It's a physical illusion, something that you've been working at, and they're asking you to continuously put that work into the transformation here. But this feels like pressure here and a little bit conflicting because of that Pluto energy. That's like inner transformation, and anytime we go through an inner transformation is slightly painful because you're having to, it's like so my computer broke and I've been using this laptop that someone gave me to learn a new software, and my brain just hurts every time I try to learn it because I'm just like, oh my god, there's like a million more options that I used for my editing software before, and it's a little conflicting, but then when I really focus I can push through it, and then it looks great, and in fact it looks better than the previous software stuff that I was doing. So it's like this energy of, right now it's hard to be appreciative of this conflict, this reoccurring conflict that's showing up, because you just want to get past it and move forward. But it's reshaping and it's refining you, and you're actually just going to learn something, like stronger skills, and you're going to evolve even more. Yeah, this is something where it's like, looking back at it, you'll be more appreciative of it later, but maybe in the midst of it, it's going to feel like, this sucks. Why do I have to go through this? Like, why do I have to experience all this pressure? Why can't my life just be a little bit easier here? And you're a mystic. You're a flower child. You're just different, okay? You can call it chosen one, whatever. You're one of the many chosen ones, okay? But you chose yourself, okay? That's why you're going through this here. And this is a challenge, but it's a mature experience. This feels like maturity here. So this doesn't feel like, when you're fighting someone and you're just like, you both are just like, and all this energy is crazy. This feels deeply internal. Like, it feels internalized. And this feels like, okay, a conflict shows up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set this down, and I'm going to go meditate. And I'm just going to align with myself. And then I'm going to proceed forward with no impulsiveness, because I know what I need to do. Or somebody's going to show up and it's like, oh, I can panic, but I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to freak out. Instead, I'm going to calm down, center myself, take it easy, go to sleep, rest, take a nap, and regroup and come back. That's what this is feeling like, a regrouping. We regrouping in October is what I'm feeling. But this already feels like something you've already handled before. It's a reoccurring pattern. Anything else you can tell me about this Ace of Wands? Star card. You're going to be fine. Whatever it is, you're going to be fine. This just asks for you to follow your inner compass here. Like, that is a huge confirmation. The Star card. The universe shows me that I can have faith in my dreams. Breakthrough. You're going to experience some breakthrough. I don't know if it's going to be this month or next month, but there's a breakthrough coming here where it's going to feel like pressure, and then you're going to break through it, and it's going to be done. And all the pressure is just going to alleviate, and you're going to feel yourself go back to zero again. It's like a pressure cooker and the pot opens and all that steam is released. Okay. I hope you enjoyed that group number 2. Like, subscribe to support. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hey, group number 3, welcome to your reading. So you guys chose this young lady. She's got a fairy cake next to her. Yeah, we'll channel and see what we're picking up for this card here. We'll see what wants to come through for you guys. And then I'll also share my notes and what I channeled with your crystals. So you guys got the bud stone. I actually bought this because I thought it was called the Buddha stone. Hilarious enough, but this is called the bud stone. And I forgot to Google it to see, or like look it up to see what it's connected to, but I'm just gonna channel. And please feel free to look it up if you're interested. I'll just share my notes. Okay, so first thing I was seeing, I was excited because I was like, ooh, I got lots of visuals for this group. First thing I was seeing was the dragon head. So Rahu energy was showing up strong. And Rahu is a representation of appetite. So I wanted to get an image of someone who was sitting down, eating something like delicious, tempting. So she has a cake here in front of her, and it looks like a delicious pink cake, but there's more to that cake here. And then I saw someone getting their wings. So the first thing I saw, a dragon head, reminded me of Rahu energy, and it was kind of going crazy. It was like, ah! And then in another image, I saw a person, and then wings showed up behind them. And it looks like this person got wings, right? So the energy I was getting is that this is going to be the month where you exercise mastery over your appetite. So this is what makes us human, is our appetite. We get hungry. We get hungry for things, and we're programmed to be hungry for certain things and crave things. We crave attention. We crave relationships. We crave food. We crave, money, financial security, validation. Oh, the worst one. Validation. We crave all of these things. So this is part of what makes us human, is our appetite. There's going to be something that happens in this month that's sort of like amplifying the appetite. Some sort of temptation is going to show up in front of you, and you have to decide with your discipline. Like, it's so funny how in this image she just has her hand at the table. It's like she really wants to touch that cake, and she's touching the edge of the plate that's holding it, but she's not touching the cake just yet. So there's going to be something that happens this month where you're tempted to lean in to whatever this is, but then you're going to be like, ooh, no. So discipline is going to be key this month. Choose freedom. Whatever this tempting offer is, it's going to challenge you to choose between that or freedom. Do you want this tempting thing, or do you want freedom? And freedom, a lot of people say they want freedom. Almost nobody actually tries to lean into it. Most people are giving away their freedom, and most people are not actually interested in freedom, because what people do is they watch the TV, they watch the shows, or they were raised a certain way. They just go along. And they're saying they want freedom, but they're just going along with the programming, not understanding that this programming is designed to keep you in that prison cell you have the keys to. You can walk out anytime. Okay, so it's almost like you're standing in front of a prison cell and someone's got like this amazing setup going on in there, like cake, a whole party, everything you ever wanted, like $1 trillion, everything that you want is in that prison cell. But once you go in, you're locking yourself in. So this is a really good month where you have to be careful here on what choice you make, because it's going to create a ripple effect for what follows after. Just be very intentional and considerate. Now, this is going to be a month that tests you. Whatever work you feel like you've been putting into disciplining yourself this month might decide whether you commit to moving forward in your initiation, your transcendence, your higher consciousness, your evolution, and your journey, or reverting back a bit. That's what I'm getting this month. This is a month to take some big steps, put on your big girl pants, big guy pants, and like really put in that work, or all that discipline you've been doing, it's not going to help you. So yeah, a bit of a test showing up here. And I know people sometimes like to say, oh, no, the universe isn't testing. I'm like, what is this if not Earth School? Everything is a test, man. Everything. But life offers us so much grace. So, don't ever be hard on yourself. If we ever make poor choices, we get another chance. It's just, I have a feeling that whatever choice you make this month might really create a huge ripple effect in what happens for a while for you. For the next few months or so. That's what I'm picking up. Okay, so the other fun thing I was seeing a caterpillar with a wand, and it looked like a fairy. It was reminding me of Alice in Wonderland, and because I couldn't create that with the AI, it just looked so weird. I got a cute little caterpillar, and actually reminds me of that caterpillar book that we all read when we were kids, about the caterpillar who ate the apples and the blueberries and everything, and then became a butterfly. So a bit of harvesting. Something about harvesting. Oh, what you consume. That's right. That's the message for you, group number 3. What you consume consumes you. So, in order for that, we're always we love this idea of things becoming butterflies, right? But the funny part is that we're always consuming things. And, it could be TV. People talk too much about that, like TV. And I watch TV, okay? The TV doesn't decide most of my life. Most of my life, I'm, doing the opposite of everything the people in the TV are. In fact, I watch TV out of fascination to understand humans and why they make the choices they do. Honestly, I do. I'm trying to understand. Because I'm, logically, my logic works a little different, maybe. This makes sense to me. But for some reason, humans do this and this and this. And I'm like, well, why do they do that? So I watch it to understand why people do what they do and how they think, so I can understand them. Understand where they're coming from. So funny. But yeah, this is going to be a month where what you consume consumes you. So be considerate of whatever it is you're consuming. Consuming in terms of what your bigger values are and how you move through life. Yeah. Discipline is going to be key. So I saw a caterpillar with a wand and wings. So the caterpillar is supposed to be a representation of you going through your transformation. You're in a caterpillar state and stage. And the wand is about dreams. So your dreams coming true. I was also getting a reference to the Wizard of Oz. So we got the Emerald City in the background, and we got her in an emerald dress, this young lady. And the emerald is supposed to connect to your heart chakra, your heart, being true to yourself. Like Dorothy, she learned how to be true to herself as she was going along the yellow brick road and going through certain experiences. She was learning how to, develop courage and all those things, along with the people, her friends that she met along the way. And it's also a good reminder that transformation happens from inside, not outside. Okay, so, getting a degree, going to college, getting a job, getting a house, married, having kids, that's not the transformation. That is not the transformation. I'm straight up calling people out. That's not the transformation. Those things do not transform you. They more often distract you. They can be fun, but they more often distract you from the real work, which is internal. Transcendence. So we're here to transcend the temptations. Why do people get married? Why do people go to college? Because their parents told them to, that they needed to be smart and they needed a qualified job. Why do people get qualified jobs? Because we were taught that we needed money to have all job security and financial security, pay our taxes. Why do people get married? Usually because you're told you don't want to be alone because that means you'll be miserable, or you need someone to complete you. Unless you're with someone, you're not complete. I can go on and on about why people do things. So this is just a really good reminder to commit to those long-term goals for yourself and to decide what you want. Because I think there's something coming here. There might actually be a temptation where it seems like a wish coming true, but it's not the wish. right? It's more like a test to say no. Because it's not really something you want, but maybe it's something you used to want. Maybe something you used to want. Yes, there's also a divine union that's happening inside. I was picking that up for this group. It looked like a connection or reconciliation, but really it's just an inner union happening within you. Your Shakti and Shiva life force energy aligning. And in Wizard of Oz, Dorothy was so magnetic. So she attracted people and friends and situations to help her find her way. And this month is a really good reminder that you are a magnet for attracting situations, divine grace to you. So that's what's going to come to you this month. Trust it, trust yourself, and it shall show up. Yeah. And that's why, with the Budstone, it definitely took me to all of those energies of the Wizard of Oz. So you are the wish come true. It's just hopefully you tune more into that truth instead of thinking you're not. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull some cards for you guys, see what wants to come through. Whoa! Oh my god, what is going on this month? Okay, you guys got the Tower. Alright. Let's keep pulling cards, see what wants to come through for you. Ooh, fierce. Knight of Wands, tarot card. And Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Older man. Dragon. Divine is just like right here with me. They're just like, we heard you, girl. We make sure those cards come out for you. Don't worry. Don't you worry. Yeah, so Rahu's also supposed to be a representation of illusions. Delusions. That's the world. This whole world is an illusion. Very tempting stuff. We got here Saturn. We'll put that next to the older man. Okay. And we got focus. Yes, stay focused. And we have here, I'm the light of my soul. Yep. You're the dream. Okay, so let us align this, y'all. It's a little hard because okay. All right, so conviction, we have here Knight of Wands, the Tower card, Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so there's an illusion that's shattering for you this month. That's what the dragon is. There's some sort of illusion that's going to shatter for you. So this feels like a very positive, exciting omen. But it's almost going to be like, you know how someone, it looks like they're going to punch you and the hand comes close and then it just stops. So there might be some sort of situation showing up where it seems like something's going to get you or come towards you, and it's not. It won't touch you. Okay? It won't touch you. It's just an illusion. So some sort of illusion is going to shatter this month. This is going to be awesome because this is going to be huge growth for you. Because once this illusion shatters, you're going to be like, I can't believe I believed that my entire life. I can't believe I've been living my entire life in fear of this thing. And that moment when I bravely, courageously face it, it just shatters like water. Like nothing. Like it shatters like water against the rocks. Like it's just false. It's a false illusion. Can't touch you. This illusion may have something to do with security, financial security, stability. That's what the older man is a representation of, is that father energy, sense of stability, safety, security. Yeah, so it's this like, moment where, or a situation that has to do with prosperity, wealth, or how you thought it worked. There's going to be an illusion that shatters around wealth and what wealth is. And Saturn, the true wealth is wisdom and knowledge. Because Saturn is designed to make you think you're restricted in a prison cell. It's designed that way. It's designed to create this illusion that you are stuck in a prison cell. But Saturn also has the ability to grant you freedom from that prison cell. Once you realize that you created the illusion. You participated in it through your conscious awareness. Once you realized it wasn't real, it started to fall apart. So there's an illusion that's shattering. This is work that you've already been doing. It's going to shatter. Okay? It's going to be like kaput here. And this is going to take focus on your part, Artemis focus. So yeah, there is going to be a challenge that shows up, and you're going to have to focus your attention, decide where you give your attention, decide where you give your energy, or what you give your energy to. And that's going to be the determining factor for how things get to shift for you. And this will give you that moment of realization where you're like, So just stay focused. The arrow points to truth. Point your arrow in the right direction and it will not let you down. When you point it towards the truth frees you. It liberates you. We have here, I'm the light of my soul, third eye chakra, number 22. So number 22 is an energy of creative mastery for you. Also creating, it's like understanding that you're the creator of your reality. You are the creator of your reality. And this is conflicting because then people are like, wait, I created the trauma in my life. And it goes so deep. It goes so deep because we have to understand that in us is a soul that has no bias. So the soul does not see trauma as trauma. The human sees trauma as trauma. The soul is here to help you transcend the trauma, the identification with the trauma. Well, I'm this person who went through all this stuff, and the soul says transcend that. Go into, see it from an even higher perspective. So that's what the third eye chakra is seeing the truth. The third eye sees things from the higher and highest and even higher octaves of truth. That's what the third eye sees. So once the third eye sees the truth and it sees that time is an illusion, you are tuned in to all of your intuitive abilities. Eventually know what's going to happen because time doesn't exist anymore. So you're going to be shattering through an illusion, but you're also going to be rising to a higher state of consciousness, moving into this higher state of exaltation because you're focused on the truth. And this is helping to strengthen your intuition, your gut, your psychic abilities. It's helping to balance all of that for you. So we have 2 4s. 4 and 22 adds up to 4. 2 is about balance, Shiva and Shakti. And then 4 is about creating that foundation and that stability within yourself. So your foundation is going to be helping you to move through all this work you're putting into yourself with this Knight of Pentacles is helping you to shatter this illusion. So what are you working hard at? You're working hard to, you're not just here to sit and exist. You're here to shatter all of the illusions of this world while existing in it. While existing in this body, that you can't just leave. That's not what shattering the illusions are. Shattering the illusions is remaining the person and embracing the identity while also transcending it at the same time. And now you have more freedom, right? You move through certain situations with more ease and peace because you're not taking it so seriously. You're not taking it so hard. You're not putting this excessive pressure on yourself to get things perfect. Now you can kind of move through things with more stronger sense of humor. Like, wow, I took this so hard before. Now I'm just laughing at it. Okay. All right, so let's get the last piece of advice for you guys. Nice. Yes, Sagittarius, that's the truth in the arrow. And we have here 11. Self-mastery or the 11th house. So that's the network or the divine network. And we got Neptune. Oh, nice. Nice. So that's some like deep insight. That's about connecting to your mystical side, your insight. This is the generation of the millennials, by the way. Neptune and Sagittarius, if you follow Vedic astrology, that's the millennials, right? That's us. So this is the ability to tune into that insight and that wisdom and that victorious energy inside of you that could overcome all obstacles, no matter what. And we have the energy of this creative genius here. Imaginative, creative, visionary. In the 11th house, visionary. Showing you what it's all about. So yeah, really powerful month. Shatter illusions. To know the truth. To continue on that journey of higher knowledge. And as you continue on that journey of seeking higher knowledge, you see more and more how divine support is continuously showing up for you. If we were to take this more literally, this is an opportunity for you to tune in with your creative pursuits, desires. 11th house is a house of dreams. And in this image, it looks like she's about to blow out candles for that cake and make a wish. I didn't really talk about the picture too much. Well, I referenced it, but yeah, she looks beautiful in that dress. It looks like it's her birthday. So this is like this energy that I am the light of my soul. This is a time to celebrate yourself. And the dream is more of, with that Neptuning energy, it's more of a sense of peace. So there is a wish being fulfilled. Even with that Nine of Pentacles, I get that. There is a wish being fulfilled, but it's more of a realization of what you always had and something you thought you were searching for or seeking that you never lost, that you've always had. That's what it feels like. Like a realization, I'm home, like Dorothy. She could have went home anytime she wanted. She just didn't realize she had the power. She had to tune into that higher imaginative abilities. And the fairy, like in the image, and the fairy in Wizard of Oz is supposed to be a representation of her higher self, right? That's divine source gently urging her on her path. The fairy didn't tell her the answer right away. The fairy wanted her to go on a journey to learn about herself, to come to a realization that she always had it. So that is this month. Is like realizing it, you have the it. But there is, with that Neptuning energy showing up in the 11th house, there is, I think, a literal wish that is coming true for you. And it's going to show up in like some sort of beauty, grace, generosity in this reality. And you created this for yourself. All right, that's going to be the end of your reading here, group number 3. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like, subscribe to support, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.